All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakar Kadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and teachers at Great Millstone for teaching me this 100% truth about our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, and the true reason why he's coming back, which is to save the elect remnant of the house of Israel from their enemies and those that hate them, and to take over the earth and universe, which was given to him by the mighty Yahweh himself, the Ancient of Days, wherein our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, will establish righteousness throughout the whole earth and universe forever under the kingdom of the heaven of the Israelites. Shalom, Akim and Akwa. We one day closer to the kingdom. This is your brother Hadab Yarbab, back with a quick lesson, y'all. I don't know if y'all got a chance to see the supposedly joint meeting or the results of the meeting between BB and DJ yesterday at the White House when they came up with their little 20-point plan to end the war in Gaza, which only benefits them, right? But during that speech, during the, I wouldn't say it was a speech. There was a lot of rambling going on. When DJ was talking, I thought it was BB. Remember I just did the BB at the UN? I thought he might have been a little more proud than DJ, but he ain't. And can't nobody be DJ in bragging on himself, man. That man boasts of himself. Matter of fact, before we even get Proverbs 17, let's get Proverbs 27, man. I ain't never seen a person with so much confidence, which is direct violation to the Lord. Let me get this, man. Proverbs 27:1. Boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring forth. Let another man praise thee, and not thine own mouth, a stranger, and not thy own lips. This man brags on himself all the time, and nobody actually backs up what he claims. He was a huckster, a con man when he was a businessman before he became president. Stayed in all kind of court proceedings because of his dealings, right? Boast not of thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring forth. Let another man praise thee, and not thine own mouth, a stranger, and not thine own lips. Who speaks highly of DJ? Let's see if we get any cross references. Bing, bing. Let's see. Yeah, that's all we need. Boast not of thyself. Can't tell him that. Now, I don't know why he boasting when he the king of taking bribes, right? We're just going to get some scriptures, let you know how wicked the wicked are. Deuteronomy 16:19, man. Judge, Shalaki, thou shalt not wrest judgment, thou shalt not respect persons, neither take a gift. A gift doeth blind the eyes of the wise and pervert the words of the righteous. Now, this 20-point plan only benefits the Israelis. They still in bed with them 48 fakers because they are of the same house. That is Esau Edom. The two most proud of Esau Edom. Matter of fact, Shalaki Israel. I wrote down some scriptures, but you know how they go. right? I see them two up at that podium yesterday. Proverbs 16:4. Yahweh hath made all things for himself, yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil. Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to Yahweh. Those are two most proud Edomites, besides the 1%, the elect of the house of Esau Edom that's running this world right now. They two spokespersons. They two number one workers full of pride is DJ and BB. Yahweh have made all things for himself, yet even the wicked for the day of evil. Everyone that is proud in heart meaning mind, is an abomination to Yahweh. Though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished. Right? Let's go back. Deuteronomy 16. These are for DJ. And 19. Thou shalt not wrest judgment. Thou shalt not respect persons, neither take a gift. For a gift doeth blind the eyes of the wise and pervert the words of the righteous. Let's get that in NLT, because DJ been puffing up, man, his enemies. He also created new enemies. He puffed up at the NATO, the UN meeting, right? He's saying that he spoke to the leaders of Saudi Arabia, Qatar. They even had the Emir of Qatar speak to BB on the phone before they gave their little speech about the little peace plan for the Middle East, which is all a lie, right? You got to realize, like they've been saying, even with Turkey, it's private citizens within those Arab nations that have made deals with the Trump administration, in particular, Jared Kushner and his companies. They all have deals to redevelop the Gaza Strip and even the West Bank. Privately, right? They trying to turn it into, it's all about greed, and they covered in fields. So that's why you got the Turkish government not being able to move how they move, because people that are close to Erdogan have private business deals with the Americans and the Israelis. Same thing go for Saudi Arabia. That's why I did a lesson a while back saying that they are all complicit. Deuteronomy 16 and 19. You must never twist justice or show partiality. Never accept a bribe. For bribes blind the eyes of the wise and corrupt the decisions of the godly. Now, we all know that it's been exposed at AIPAC, right? If you ain't familiar with him. Now, he bragged about the military recruitment being up this year, right? I'll just read it right quick so like you know I'm just going on what DJ been saying, bragging, because he just gave another speech at the little, I forgot where he was at. But he was addressing the military, all the cadets and all that. So he's at one of the little schools. To like it. Let me see if they gonna see it. Hold up. Now they reacted to the proposal, right? The ceasefire proposal that Trump and BB submitted yesterday, which only benefits. Look, I just told you, Turkey just signed a joint statement, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Egypt. All these countries are in bed with the Americans, with Babylon the Great. Meanwhile, they killed 46 people today. So since they ain't accepted that agreement, they still fucking them people up over in the Gaza Strip. Let me see if they're going to say it on CNN, Salaki. I forgot where the fuck he was at. I don't want to say nothing. And on top of that, guess what? Government about to shut down. But let me just read this right quick about the military. It don't make no difference if your numbers go up. They all finna get taken out by the Lord, either in the land of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh, right? Or if NATO go to war with Russia over in Ukraine, because they saying that they done sent like 12 military vessels headed over toward Europe from America. In fiscal year 2025, the U.S. military, excluding Space Force, Space Force didn't meet their numbers. I wonder why. Met or exceeded its recruitment goals due to initiatives like the Future Soldier Preparatory Course, modernized recruiting approaches, increased advertising, and the professionalism of recruiters, as if they weren't professional the years past. The Army's 2025 goal of 61,000 recruits was met 4 months early. All right, but what about the past 5 years? Anyway, the Army ain't bigger than Russia's or China's. The Air Force met its goal early after a reduction due to budget constraints, meaning they lowered their numbers. And the National Guard also exceeded its goals. All these people that's joining the Army, Navy, Marines, Space Force, National Guards, Babylon the Great, y'all finna go up against the Lord of Hosts. And guess who's gonna win? The Lord of Hosts. All active components were tracking to meet their goals by February 2025, all right? By April 2025, all military branches except the Space Force were on track to meet or exceed their recruitment goals. The Army achieved its 61,000 recruitment goal, right? Don't make no difference. Y'all all finna get fucked up. That's Isaiah the 14th chapter. Jeremiah 49, 50, 51. We might read some of that. Yeah, the Lord gonna need somebody to go against, to fight. So y'all go and get your numbers up. Let's see what this AIPAC is. AIPA. Right? Let's see what it generates. The American Israel Public Affairs Committee is a lobbying group that advocates for pro-Israel policies in the U.S. government. It works to strengthen the U.S.-Israel relationship and has become a major spender in U.S. elections through its affiliated political action committees, missions, and goals. They want to strengthen U.S. relations, right? Let's go back. Because AIPAC, Donald Trump got a lot of money from various private Israeli donors. I say pro-Israeli donors. Say it like that because they don't want to say in their ish name. Even though they won't never give no kind of clarification as to why they fit the narrative of the children of Israel that's spoken of in the Bible, right? You must never twist justice or show partiality. Never accept a bribe, for bribes blind the eyes of the wise and corrupt the decisions of the godly. And we all know the Edomites ain't godly at all. Now, let's go back. They talking about he gonna give them 4 days. He said he giving them 2 to 3 days for Hamas to accept the proposal, which they was not a part of, right? To accept the proposal, or else all hell gonna break out on them. Shit, y'all already breaking out hell on them. Y'all done destroyed half of their fucking land that they illegally possess. Might I add? And let's go back. Proverbs. Let's jump down to the points, Israel. A wicked man, and this goes for all of the house of Israel too, that's wicked. Because we got some so-called Israelite politicians within the American government on both sides, the Senate and the Congress. And I know one in particular from the one from St. Louis. He took that AIPAC, because they even had the articles. AIPAC funded him, right? Wesley Bell. A wicked man taketh the gift out of the bosom to pervert the ways of judgment. Let's get the NLT. The wicked take secret bribes to pervert the course of justice. Now they keep crying that they should release the hostages, the remaining hostages, which they just lost communication with 2 more of them. So half of them are already dead. But they're not telling y'all the fact that they only within this proposal, they only gonna let go of 1,900 Palestinian prisoners that the Israelis hold. But they've been holding over 14,000 of them and torturing them too on top of that. They won't speak of that though. Think of this. Evil people, who's that? Them Edomites, are eager for rebellion. Proverbs 17 and 11. Evil people are eager for rebellion, but they will be severely punished. Let's get that in KJV. An evil man seeketh only rebellion. Therefore, a cruel messenger shall be sent against him. That's what I was going to get in Proverbs 16, Salaki. A man's, Proverbs 16 and 9. A man's heart deviseth his way, but Yahweh directed his steps. Why? Because the deceiver and the deceiver are his. Right? He's setting these Edomites up. He digging a big old pit, or as is written in the scriptures, a snare. I might get that. It's an abomination to the king to commit wickedness. For the throne is established by righteousness. Let's get down. Proverbs 16:18. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Now I know you see how proud BB and DJ are, right? Let's continue. We're going to stay in Proverbs. I got some scriptures wrote down, Israel. So we're going to filter through these events that's going on around the world through the scriptures, right? Proverbs 25:14. Whoso boasteth himself of a false gift is like clouds and wind without rain. Let's get that. Now this nigga, Shalaki. I ain't mean to say nigga. Boy, this boy DJ, he done took gifts from everybody. Whoever want to give him something, he gonna take it. He the ultimate thing of pay to play. Like how them prostitutes say. You gotta pay to play. He like a prostitute. You give him enough money, he'll do anything. Proverbs 25:14. A person who promises a gift but doesn't give it is like clouds and wind that bring no rain. They've been promising these people peace. Ain't nobody finna continue. They just killed 646 something today. This ain't nothing but to get y'all to quiet down. Right? They paying him. His little son-in-law finna make money off of, they making money off of death. Let's go to the book of Job. Oops, I put one back to KJV, my fault. But matter of fact, let's get this first. Because if this ain't they ass, boys, these Edomites, boy, day in, day out. The wicked in this, Psalms 10 and 2. A prayer for the overthrow of the wicked. The Lord finna overthrow these Edomites. They did not consider the latter end. They come up with these plans. They done made all these plans. They ain't talked to nobody from Palestine or Hamas. They talked to everybody else, though. The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. And they will be. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetousness whom Yahweh abhorreth. Now, did they not come out with some AI imagery of BB and DJ sitting on the beach on the Gaza Strip because they done redid it and made it into a big-ass resort, a strip of for the wealthy, for the elite? That's what the players they got. Remember now, New World Order, depopulation. While all these things are going down, people still losing their lives. The earth is still being depopulated. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High power. The Most High power is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Here to the point. Tell me he giving them 3 to 4 days, and then within that 72 hours to return the hostages, the remaining hostages, or else all hell gonna break loose. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He saith in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall not be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. They got plans. I did a lesson on it already. They covered fields. Let me get to some of the stuff I wrote down. Surely, Ecclesiastes 7 is 7. Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad. Right? That's what they hopefully elect. And other people around the world, other nations, the heathens. That's why it's uproars of the people right now. That's why 2 Ezra 15 chapters are in full effect. Right? One thing that the world governments, all these governments around the world, including the U.S. government, even all the way down to the city governments, to your local politicians, one thing is for sure, they all got this in common. They fucking corrupt. And they being exposed. Right? It's sedition among men around the world. The elect of Israel paying attention to what's going down. But 2/3, they still settled in their leads. Here go a good point right here. Ecclesiastes 7 and 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. We patiently wait, man. The Lord taking these motherfuckers down little by little. Right? Let's continue. I got several. He just was coming to me as I was looking at this speech that he did to the military, man. He just steady boast and brag on his accomplishments that he ain't accomplished nothing. He say he love his name. I'm talking about this man is full of fucking pride, man. I ain't never seen nobody like this kid. He like his name, everything perfect about him. He did this, did that. He deserved a Nobel Peace Prize. He stopped 8 wars this year already. Man, get the fuck out of here. It's Job 12 and 16, man. This is what everybody don't understand, right? I'm going to read it, then I'm going to... Job 12 and 16. With him is strength and wisdom. Who is that? The most high power. The almighty Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. The deceived and the deceiver are his. Meaning, the wicked, he controls them. The righteous, who are being deceived, he controls them too. He leadeth counsels away spoiled and maketh the judge fools. He looseth the bond of kings and girdeth their loins with a girdle. He leadeth princes away spoiled and overthroweth the mighty. That's what happened to us when we was getting took out. Same thing finna happen to these Edomites. They come and take the wise men, the kings, the princes, take them out of the land and do whatever they want to them, right? Let's stay in the book of Job. It's a whole lot in the book of Job on these Edom, on the wicked, right? Job 4 and 8. We'll read 7 for everybody, like I did on my camp. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished, whoever passed away, being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? This is what the preachers need to be saying in these eulogies, right? That's another lesson, though. I just did it in camp. Job 4 and 8. Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. Like I said, man, these Edomites ain't doing nothing but adding on to their tab. They trying to do the new world order. Get control of everybody. You see what's going on with the digital reset. It's advancing. What's after the digital reset? You know what? The RFI. Let's continue. Book of Job, 5 and 12. It's the most high power. This what he doing. This what he doing to BB and DJ and the rest of these Edomite leaders. He's setting their ass up for failure, man. He putting lying spurs into their mind, right? He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands could not perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. Let me get this right quick. It just came to me. Because this is what the Lord finna do to them. They finna fall into that big ass pit that they have set for others. Right? The Lord, look, this right here. He made a pit and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. His mischief of Salakia. Psalm 7 and 15. I thought at 14, for these Edomites, behold, he travaileth with iniquity, and hath conceived mischief, and brought forth falsehood. He made a pit and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. His whole system is designed to benefit who? The Edomite man. And all this little wickedness, propaganda, false history that he had put out, is all turning on him. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate. Let's see what it say in the NLT. You're going to apply that to the wicked ass Israelites too, right? Right? Because if you read at verse 12, let me go to verse 11. Psalm 7 and 11. The Most High Power is an honest judge. He is angry with the wicked every day. And we know who the wicked is as a nation on earth. The Edomites. Right? That's how you know you're talking to Israel first. If a person does not repent, we the only ones giving repentance. Right? But let's drop down to 14. Because we're going to apply this to these Edomites. DJ and BB. The wicked conceive evil. They are pregnant with trouble and give birth to lies. This man told BB, you and the Palestinians been going at it over this land for the last 2,000 years. No, they haven't. 2,000 to 3,000 years. Man, this man don't know his fucking history. He just get up there and just wing it. And everything he said was damn near a lie. But if you say anything about him, your ass in trouble. He said so much, but he boasts so much of himself, man. I had to start laughing. They dig a deep pit to trap others, then fall into it themselves, right? Because this is what's finna go down. They steady puffing up at Russia. They ain't abiding by nothing, no kind of rules. They make treaties and break them. He coming out with more tariffs. That's what he said his favorite word is. He said, my favorite word is tariff. They say I can't use it no more, so now it's my fifth favorite word. This dude, man, is a clown. And the tariffs only hurting the American people. That's another lie he done put on y'all. Y'all believe that bullshit. We gonna get the companies back here. Lies. More and more companies saying, okay, we're gonna deal with other countries because there's only 335 million people over here. On the world stage, Israel, America is not that important. They can do their business elsewhere. And this man just been lying to y'all. You even got the farmers upset over here. Sedition among men around the world because of the corruption that's going on in all these governments, right? The wicked conceive evil. They are pregnant with trouble and give birth to lies. They dig a pit. They dig a deep pit to trap others, then fall into it themselves. The trouble they makes for others backfires on them. The violence then falls on their own heads. Y'all can come out and try to throw everybody off. We still want to know where them E-files at. You can throw everybody off, right? And be like, we dealing with this, we dealing with that. See what we did in this area. We just made this peace deal. Where them files at? Job 9 and 24, man. We're going to start it before 24. Job 9 and 22. This is one thing, therefore I said it, he destroyeth the perfect and the wicked. The Lord is. If the scourge slay suddenly, he will laugh at the trial of the innocent. Who is that? These wicked ass Edomites. Verse 24, we go to point. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. The true judges of the earth are the Israelites, right? If not, where and who is he? He being exposed. Each day, we realize you can't deny it that the modern day so-called white man is Esau Edom in the Holy Scriptures. Just stay in Job. Flip on over to 15. Look at that. They condemn him, the whole book. Job 13 and 4. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value. It's coming out about these pharmaceutical companies too. No, you can't say too much about them. You get restricted. Job 15 and 5, talking about these wicked ass Edomites. For thy mouth, DJ in particular, for thy mouth uttereth thine iniquity, and thou choosest the tongue of the crafty. Remember that little speech, UN speech, BB slipped up when he talked about Iran. thine own mouth condemneth thee, and not I. Yeah. Thine own lips testify against thee. These things DJ bragging about, and will be demanding there will be no Palestinian state. All right. Why not? Y'all over there illegally. Both of y'all over there illegally anyway. Ezekiel 36 and 5. So you might as well let it go and play out because the Lord finna take all y'all out. What'd they say? Let me see something. I'm finna come right back. I just want to make sure I don't. Joel 3 and 2. That's the goal of the Lord. Let's go back. Job 15 and 5. For thy mouth uttereth thine iniquity, and thou choosest the tongue of the crafty. Thine own mouth condemneth thee, and not I. Yeah. Thine own lips testify against thee. You got Edomites on Edomites turning on each other. What that Psalm 64 and 8? Oh, man, they telling on each other left and right now. Because they know why. They have but a short time. Their kingdom is falling. Job 15 and 5, NLT. Your sins are telling your mouth what to say. Your words are based on clever deception, right? That's why they coming out now. They got a whole newscast on misinformation. Yeah, y'all the ones giving out the misinformation. Somebody come with the truth, y'all don't do nothing but say, oh man, that's a conspiracy theory. Your own mouth condemns you, not I. Your own lips testify against you. Yeah, their house is divided. Edomite on Edomite. They telling on each other. They call them whistleblowers. Yeah, the end of the kingdom of the wicked, Esau Edom, the end of y'all heaven. She's like, let me go down. Let me continue in 15 for a second. Yeah. So this for everybody. Hey, you can get all the people you want to in your military. Your son's gonna be like women in travail, roughly paraphrased. Job 15 to 29. He shall not be rich, neither shall his substance continue. The Lord finna cut y'all ass out. Neither shall he prolong the perfection thereon upon the earth. He shall not depart out of darkness. The flame shall dry up his branches, and by the breath of his mouth shall he go away. Let not him that is deceived trust in vanity, for vanity shall be his recompense. And that's all these Edomites done. They love. They vain. They love vanity, just like the wicked 2/3 of our nation. Look at it. For the congregation of hypocrites shall be desolate, and fire shall consume the tabernacles of bribery. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepareth deceit. Why do you think they had to go around at the UN meeting? The dude had to go around with fucking black trucks with speakers blaring, never forget October the 7th. Man, get the fuck out of here. And guess what, y'all? Government gonna shut down tomorrow if they don't come up with no deal, huh? And I think I just seen an article, 100,000 federal workers taking that early retirement thing, so they quit. Job 15:34, for the godless are barren, it's NLT. Their homes enriched through bribery will burn. Why? Because this motherfucking country finna get lit up. They conceive trouble and give birth to evil. Their womb produces deceit. All they been doing is lying to y'all. Ain't nowhere in the world them 48 fakers, the children of the Lord. And DJ, the one who has been the best president for them. Yeah, you boasting on that, huh? You gonna go down with them. Let's go on over to 18. It's coming from the Lord. And we know who the wicked are. We're going to get it in Malachi. Job 18:5. Yeah, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. You finna go up against the king of terrors, baby. The jinn shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. He bragging about 8 wars that he claimed he stopped, but it's 2 main wars that's gonna be to the detriment of his legacy, because he finna get took out. The Ukrainians getting fucked up, the Palestinians getting fucked up, nobody saying nothing. The Lord finna take everybody out. I will gather all nations to the land of Jehoshaphat and plead with them none the cause of my people, roughly paraphrasing. The jinn shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. The snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. Terrors shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. Yeah. That's for these Edomites over here. It's for the Edomites everywhere. Mainly, we on DJ today. His confidence, drop down to 14. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. The Lord finna. That's why it don't matter if your recruitment number's up. Guess what? They all finna fall by the what? Sword. No, not by the sword. I'm going to get something for you. It shall dwell in his tabernacle because it is none of his. Brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation. His roots shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off. His remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the street. Let me see something. Let me see. Shalakia, the sound of the battle. I forgot where it's at. This ain't what I'm looking for, I don't think. Let me see. Yeah. No, this ain't the one I want. But you can use this. Because this is what's going to happen to your military that just increasing its numbers. The book of Jeremiah, 50th chapter. Check it out if you got time. But this ain't, hold on. The fuel of fire. Yeah. Isaiah, there it is. Let me get this right quick. Isaiah, it's for 9. It's for this for your military, DJ, who you bragging on. For every battle, Isaiah 9:5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Why? Because them ICBMs going to be out. They're going to be shooting them all over here. And guess what? The Lord of hosts coming down. They're going to be shooting what? Laser beams on y'all ass. Second Ezra with the 13th chapter. But we going off. We going off. Let's go back to 18, man. Job 18. Finna be dried up. Now let's jump over to 20. Right? Job 20:5. The triumphant of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Yeah. Jump down to 12. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he had it on his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, he deserved a Nobel Peace Prize. Okay. Yeah. When you go down and read 18 through 20, and go down to 22 right here. In the fullness of its sufficiency, because their overall goal is what? New World Order. And to get everybody to take that what? That hip, that C hip. Yeah, that RFID. And you're going to get hit with a gruesome sword from the Lord too if you take it. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. They got all kind of protests going worldwide. I think I forgot what government it is, but it's an oil refinery in one of them African countries. 800 of them, they done went on strike. We got a major strike going on here in St. Louis with Boeing, right? You got the people of Italy trying to strike because they don't want to get no more aid to them Israelis. Worldwide, the wicked, meaning the laborers, the people, they upset at the corruption that's going on in all these little governments, whether it's local or on a national level. In the fullness of his sufficiency, Shalaki, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High Power shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike through him. That's Third World War, man. It is drawn and cometh out of the body. That's one of them missiles. Yeah, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. Yeah, that's what they finna get, man. Now, let's go on over to the Apocrypha. Let's go back. What they trying to get done. Right? This they goal. They want total control of the people. There's no new thing under the sun. What's that? Ecclesiastes 3rd chapter? This the goal of the NGO, the WEF, whom they done paid Trump too. Whoever get that man money, man, he taking gifts. Remember he got the plane from Qatar? Moreover, First Maccabees 1:41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, right? And everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yeah, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion, and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. That's what the wicked 2/3 did. That's why you got Israelites in Greek sororities and fraternities, right? I gave that example the other day. So they're going to get everybody, like it read in Revelation 13th chapter. You ain't going to be able to buy or sell unless you get that, agree with them. They all should be one. And those that do, it's to your detriment. That's your ass. You ain't got to worry about that. Well, Shalaki, let me get one more out of Psalms. I forgot before we go over to the Apocrypha. Got a couple more. So like, dang, I ain't trying to do that. Psalms 12:5. For the oppression of the poor, for the sighing of the needy, now will I arise, saith Yahweh. I will set him in safety from him that puffeth at him. And he puffeth at all his enemies, even us. He gonna continue to the end. This DJ, DJ, baby. He deserved a Nobel Peace Prize. Ah, Daniel 7:20. He talked bad about the 10 horns too. He said they all going to hell. And the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell, even of that horn that had eyes, which is America, right? And a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows. That's America. And the head of America is who? DJ. Shalaki. Let me get the rest of these out the what's it called? Let's go to 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians. One and 20. Where is the wise? Ain't in the house of Esau either. Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? Have not the Most High Power made foolish the wisdom of this world? For after that, in the wisdom of the Most High Power, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High Power. It pleased the Most High Power by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. And that's what we doing, preaching to y'all. Y'all think AI, the new technology, the tech world, the tech sector, the policies and doctrines of these Edomites is wisdom? It ain't. Let's jump over to 3 and verify that. First Corinthians 3 and 19, for the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High Power. For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. And again, the Lord knoweth the thoughts of the wise, that they are vain, meaningless, right? They coming up with all this shit they got planned. Like I say, Jared Kushner and them, they got something going down, baby. That's why then it came with this little 20-point proposal. So they're going to get them 3 days, 3 to 4 days. And then after that, if they agree to it, they got 72 hours to produce them hostages. But if they don't agree to it, all hell finna break loose. Y'all ain't doing nothing but clearing out that land so I can try to rebuild it. But that ain't going to work. Salakia. It's going to be the last thing we get. Malachi 1 and 4, whereas Edom said, if we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. You just made these places desolate. You're going to try to rebuild them and get money out for it. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh hath indignation forever. So they can't be saved. Replacement theology, crushed again. Right? Now let's go on over to the Apocrypha. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus, which is also Sirach. Ecclesiasticus 10 and 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of the prudent man is well ordered. As you can see, this government is $37 trillion in debt. They foreign policy is all they concerned with. They put a whole nother nation, a whole nother unrecognized state ahead of what the people in this country need. Right? The unrecognized state of Israel have corrupted your politicians through AIPAC and various American-ish citizens who got dual citizenship, right? Whatever they say, go. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of a man ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. Now check it out. You seen what's going down, right? You got little issues because their house is divided. Whenever they just had a little, one little Edomite just blew up, just crashed into a church. Another one shot up a boat dock. And what do they say? Nothing. But guess who get painted as the face of crime all the troubles over here in America. The Israelites. And they are in agreement with each other too. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. His whole cabinet is Zionist. In what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. All these people is well, you know, now they they going against each other. Their house is divided. But even with their house being divided, they still gonna take out all their frustrations on who? The brown people. 12 tribes. And all the other heathen nations. Now, it's gonna be some Edomite on Edomite crime. But overall, they on both sides, they still hate y'all more than they hate themselves. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Right? This is what's going to go down with these Edomites. They keep coming up with shit that don't benefit nothing but Edomites. You see, they ain't worried about the rest of the heathen nations. They just fucked over the Ishmaelites, the Palestinians, right? Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Let's go on over. And this for our people too. I'm in it on this. Ecclesiastes 12:3. There can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil. Right? Nor to him that giveth no alms. That's for the house of Israel. But you can apply that to all these Edomites, especially DJ. And here go the point. Because we know they some law violators. Ecclesiastes 12:6. For the Most High hateth sinners, and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. They being reserved. We've been telling y'all, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. And with all these things that DJ just bragged on today, about it, how tariff was his favorite word, and how he stopped this war and that war, and how his name just wouldn't even write his name. That's why he don't like auto pen, because his name is so good. It looks so good when he write it. He puffing at his enemies, man. This man, he full of pride. Let's end it. Let's go back to where we started it. Right? Go back to where we started at. Proverbs 27:1. Boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring forth. Let no man praise thee, and not thine own mouth, a stranger, and not thine own lips. Right? All these bribes this man then took. Deuteronomy 16:19, NLT. You must never twist justice or show partiality. Never accept a bribe, for bribes blind the eyes of the wise and corrupt the decisions of the godly. They had the American flag and the Israeli flag right next to each other. They said that this the 51st state. Why? Because they done paid them boys. All your leaders are concerned with is their welfare, their money, their portfolio. Right? Isaiah 19:4, we ain't on it. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and the first king shall rule over them, saith the Lord, Yahweh of hosts. Guess what, Israel? We one day close to the kingdom, and they one day close to their demise. He continues to brag and boast of himself. He's full of pride. They will not fulfill their enterprise. The Almighty Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, He have digged a pit for the wicked. Shalom.